Welcome! As you can see today, I am on my hoodie grind. You get Hoodie Dom today. And I'm joined by my colorful co-host wearing my favorite character on his shirt.
That's my
Steve.
man's Stitch.
Yeah, man.
Favorite Disney character.
Wait, did you hear that they're coming? They want to make a live action version of Lilo and Stitch?
Okay. Is this where we're starting?
It was on your shirt.
Is this where we're starting?
Okay, just making a comment. It just happens to be somewhat relevant.
There's certain things you don't screw up. Okay. Stitch is one of them. Because there's no way you're going to create a live action version of Stitch and get Stitch right. There's no way. I don't trust them to do it. So why? Other than money, which I do understand because it's going to make a lot of money because I'm going to go see it. But I'm going to be disappointed. And I know that now, 4 years before it ever reaches the big screen.
Well, so you remember the treatment that they gave Sonic, right?
Yes.
Where the early version of Sonic leaked and people were like, no, you need to go back and do that because that does not look like Sonic. I don't know what that is, but that does not look like Sonic. So that kind of happened with Lilo and Stitch as well. There were some renders that went around and people looked at it and like, that's not Stitch. You need to fix that. So that's why I'm hoping they get that correct.
It isn't just Stitch though. Okay. Are we keeping it a bean?
Yeah, 100%.
It ain't just Stitch. If Lilo and her sister don't have the hip to waist proportion, right, I'm still going to be pissed. Because that is an integral part of their character as the people of color that they are. Huh?
No, the Cankles?
No. I'm talking about Lilo and her sister. I ain't talking about the rest of the women. I don't care about them. I'm talking about those two main characters.
Not only the sister, she had Cankles.
The little one did. Yeah.
The big one did too.
No, the big one did not.
She had Cankles.
What are you talking about? No. I think you're mistaken. You're mistaking athletic with cankles. She did not have cankles.
Okay? She had cankles. Her calf and her ankle were the same size. They were fused into one.
Man, look, man, that's an artist rendering that in some frames he missed a couple of lines. Man, look, man,
missed a couple of lines, bro. Look, I've watched Lilo and Stitch, Leroy and Stitch. I can't remember what the second one.
First of all,
I watched the animated TV show.
Look me in my eyes. We don't acknowledge any other property other than the original Lilo and Stitch. Just like we don't acknowledge any other property other than the original Lion King. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Okay, I get behind you. I get behind you with Lion King, yeah.
Simba's pride. Simba came back. Scar ain't actually dead. Lion Guard. Okay, Lion Guard was kind of cool. We still don't acknowledge it though, because it don't exist. Okay,
it's not.
So all that other Lilo and Stitch stuff, no. That Lilo, Stitch too, no, absolutely not. No.
Oh,
you my ankles, dude! You're violating already. Oh my goodness!
That's what I live to do. I go against the grain, man. That's how I live life.
You talking junk about Nani? Oh,
I mean, I'm just saying that she had cankles.
No,
you see the you looked it up too. I know you did. You see the cankles.
Hold on. It's not. I don't care what you say. It's not cankles. It's nothing that. It's nothing. It's not cankles. It is not.
Okay. All right.
She's athletic. Okay, you trying to tell me you ain't never seen an athletic girl who's the bottom of her calf and the top of her ankles be about the same?
That is
not cankles.
That is the definition of cankles.
Well, then maybe I don't know the definition of cankles. Then
it's very possible.
Because when I hear cankles, I think of ankles that are bigger than the bottom of the calf.
No,
the calf comes down and then there's a bulge for the ankle.
No, that's just edema. That is edema.
Why are we throwing around official medical terminology for stuff? That's you on one today. Who that hoodie? You may not listen to J. Cole before we podcast ever again. This man got started talking about Forest Hills and Born the Center. And this man comes out. Everybody gets strays today, huh? Okay, all right.
Hey, man, everybody gets it. Everybody gets it.
Anyhow, Anyhow, well, I'll look up the definition of cankles later. Clearly, there's a generational gap here.
And funny thing is, cankles is more your generation.
Man, I don't subscribe to that, man. I don't subscribe. As a man who has very large calves and matching ankles, I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to that. Nope, not gonna take it. But no, I don't. I do not. I don't really want it. I don't need live action, like Lilo and Stitch. No, thank you. I know it's gonna happen. Yeah. I'm not gonna pay to watch it. I just don't want to.
Yeah, Disney's on a tear right now with recreating everything live action. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, so since we're here, did you like Will Smith in Aladdin?
Yes, it was okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
Did you like the remake of Little Mermaid?
Still haven't seen it. Can't do it.
I haven't seen it either. So don't feel bad. I meant to see it. I sent my daughter and my wife to see it when it first came out. I still haven't seen it. It's on my watch list.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to expect, so I need to set the appropriate time aside and then the proper tools to whether I want to gouge my eyes out. I know the singing is going to be on point.
Well, here's the thing, and if my wife listens to this portion of the podcast, I'm probably going to get in trouble.
Nice.
I don't really remember Little Mermaid like that. Like, I don't even think I've seen it all the way through from start to finish. So whatever happens in the remake, I'm probably going to enjoy. I'm probably going to say I enjoyed it because I don't remember. I mean, I know she was a mermaid and then she wasn't and she couldn't talk. And then something happened and then something else happened and then something else happened and everything was all right. That's something.
You're missing a whole bunch of it.
That's the story I know. That's the story I know.
Well, so the Cliff Note version is Ariel, she was envious that she couldn't walk on land and she met a guy. So she went to Ursula, for the exchange because she had to grow legs too. So she gave her voice.
Deal with the devil. I get it.
Yeah. And then she got to walk on land, but she couldn't talk, which first off, I mean, did they not have sign language?
No, it was the 1800s. Hadn't had it. 1600s, 1700s.
Wait,
it was so early.
What the hell in Keller? How is she communicating then?
That's real world, not Disney World.
Okay. Anyway, so she falls in love with dude. I don't even know the guy's name. I know there's a pelican in there somewhere singing lobster or flounderfish, and a dad that's a mermaid that looks weird.
Titus.
Yeah,
King Atlan. Like that guy. I know you're talking about the guy with the trident.
Yeah,
the guy with the trident.
But then, and then something happens. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it over again.
See.
I'm not watching the original Little Mermaid again. I'm not doing that.
No,
I avoided it all these years. I'm not doing it
3 times. I fall asleep on it 3 times. Not because I wanted to, but because it just wasn't my. It wasn't my.
What, my cup of tea?
No, not at all. Not at all. But it's all good.
Keller. Oh, dang it. Wait, she was born 1880.
Look at that. 1900s. Early. Yep. See?
I digress.
Yep. Digress you shall. Hey, are you going to see the Marvels?
Yes.
Are you going to go see it opening week? No, you're probably busy. I'm going to try. I don't have.
Actually, I'm going to try to go see it opening weekend.
I would like to go see it opening weekend.
Well, so I really here's the thing.
Support this project.
It's been such a drought in Marvel movies in the theater that I have to go see it. You could literally put out dog poop, and I'm gonna go see it because you guys haven't. I'm so used to 3 or 4 movies a year from them, and this is the first one.
You know what you're starting to sound like?
I am an addict. So what? So what? I am a Marvel addict. Speaking of Marvel addict, Loki has been absolutely wonderful.
Okay, hold on. Before you switch to Loki, I do want to go see the Marvels as well because I want to support this project because I love the director. Nia DaCosta. I'm saying that right? And I love the fact that it's a female-led movie, and I want to see more of that. Yeah. So I want to go see it the opening week. Yeah, I love her. I really.
Yeah.
So I want to go see it opening weekend to, help with that.
And for go ahead.
No, go ahead.
For everybody who doesn't know, The Marvels is a movie headlining with Captain Marvel, Photon,
Yep.
and Miss Marvel, who aka Kamala Khan. Kamala Khan was in the Miss Marvel Disney Plus show. Photon was in, what's the name of it? Scarlet Witch. WandaVision.
WandaVision, yes.
Yep, she came to prominence in WandaVision, and Captain Marvel.
Got her powers. Yeah,
Captain Marvel. So yeah, this is actually pretty. They were actually dope series. All of them were really dope series, except for Captain Marvel. She didn't have her own series.
Yeah,
but and plus, I like to see Captain Marvel a little bit more fleshed out, because her very stone like appearance in Avengers Endgame was like, I can fight just as well as the guy. I'm just here. Blah, blah, I'm the muscle. I'm like, there's a lot deeper. It goes deeper than that. Like, come on. Like, it's a very stark contrast between her in her movie and Avengers Endgame.
Yeah. And I think that was purposeful, right? Because they're punting to a movie like this, which, months ago when we knew this was coming out, when we saw the first trailer, we had no idea where this movie was going or why it was important, or at least I didn't, right? I knew it was important. It's female led. It's a bridge movie, but I didn't understand why it was important. The last trailer that they put out alludes to the multiversal war. And I was like,
the Conqueror.
I was like, oh, so you really are trying to make this a highly integral part of the Marvel universe, and what's happening, right? Like, it comes out on Friday, and the season finale of Loki is Thursday.
This Thursday, right?
Yes, this Thursday.
Yeah.
And it, by all stretches of the imagination, it looks like it's going to be an event.
Oh yeah, big time. Well, they alluded, so the events of this current phase in Kang the Conqueror was alluded to in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
So, you're going to start having incursions. And as you can see, we're going to start to probably get the X-Men somewhere. They're trying to introduce them in some way, shape, or form. So Marvel is definitely, and they're trying their best, which is really weird, because I just heard that Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, the guy who played Captain America, they've signed to come back on, which is interesting because this phase has it's world building more so, but it lacks the punch that the first phase really gave, or phase 3. Phase 3.
Well, when you don't hit for 3 movies, 4 movies, 4 out of 5 movies, then that's what happens. I know, I mean, seriously.
Oh yeah.
So, that is what it is. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Loki season finale.
Now Loki itself has been I
amazing.
know Loki's back is hurting, because it is
carrying.
He's carrying the MCU right now.
Yeah, carrying the franchise. Yes. I listened to a whole lot of theories about what has happened and what will happen, and I'm excited to see which one of those theories are true. But any one of them seem to be amazing, in the way that Marvel has decided to open up this universe and what it can mean for future projects. You know what I mean? Like, if they do Loki and the Marvels right, then I might just forget that they screwed up Blade already before they even started filming.
Oh man, they are screwing that up. Like, I need them to just come out with it, and I hope they do it somewhat decent. Like, because like so far they've teased Blade. You have the Black Knight from Eternals. So what's the guy's name? Last name Kit
Harington.
Played Jon Snow. Yeah, Kit Harington. Like, come on, like, you guys have a star-studded lineup of individual movies that you can put out, but you guys are fumbling. Like, I don't know. And Kevin Feige is supposed to be like the godfather of the MCU, and I was like, dude, you're tripping at the goalpost right now.
In Kevin Feige's defense, in his defense, he only gets I'm only shooting him a little bit of bail on this. There's no way that he could have looked 20 movies down the line and figured a way for movies 20 to 30 to hit, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. What he's done is unprecedented. The culmination with Endgame is unprecedented. There will never, well, let me not say never. It's highly unlikely that there will ever be an event like that within the MCU again, because it's already been done.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to give it a go. You got to try. And I think he's trying. I think they're trying really hard. And I'm hoping that they can, I mean, even if you're not going to best Infinity War and Endgame. It's not possible. They are the holy grail, at least not to our generation. Maybe to, maybe to my 12-year-old who, watched Endgame and Infinity War, but only barely remembers them, right? Like there's like from I would say from 15 to 55, you're never going to do that again. It's like when people watch The Godfather 2, they're like, oh my God, this is the best cinema man has to offer. And that was the case for them for quite some time. That's just how it is. And there's nothing you can say against it, or how people, cling to Michael Jordan as the greatest basketball player of all time, just because you had to live through it to understand it. But for those that didn't, you wouldn't agree. And, living through another GOAT, you don't have the same air of reverence for them. So I'm still going to see the movie though. Still going to see the movie. Yeah, still going to see Loki.
Yeah. Loki, the Marvels, and I forget what else was supposed to come out. Like, I'm still waiting on Ironheart. Like,
they pushed all of that stuff. Writer strike, delays, and then writer strike. They pushed all of that stuff, dude. I hope you're not looking for the timeline for the movies to hold up. If I remember correctly, the VFX workers are still on strike. Yeah, didn't know about that one, did you? Did not occur to you that was a part.
I'm never going to see these movies,
dude. That's the reason why they postponed the second half of Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh my God!
Like they postponed it. We don't even have a date for it because they're not done with any of that. But I mean, it'll be fine. I think that I don't know. I don't want to be depressed talking about it.
We go from 4 movies a year, and then we go into a period where we have these shows on Disney plus the movies throughout the year. Hey, we're only going to give you 2 movies, and we're going to give you 1 show throughout the year. It's like,
again,
come on, guys.
In Kevin Feige's defense, unprecedented. He should have known. First of all, there's no franchise that can give you 3 movies a year forever, right? So that was going to have to break. It was going to have to stop, right? It was going to have to stop. So the only problem is when it stopped, you started giving us bad movies. You gave us Eternals. You gave us freaking Black Widow out of the timeline. I mean, gave us Thor: Love and Thunder. Yeah. I mean,
I tried to give him a pass on Eternals because I was like, okay, different set of characters, but the questions just remain like, but where were they when Thanos showed up? Like,
y'all just gonna leave this big old hand on Earth, and nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know.
Yeah, this giant celestial hanging out the Earth, like as if he was trying to be born and whatnot. He's just sitting there. It's like, okay.
I get it. I have arguments with my brother about this a lot, right? And I keep telling them, you're too young to remember the original Hulk or the rebranded Hulk, right?
Wait, was it the Brian Norris or
Eric Bana? You don't even remember that joke.
Wait, you're talking about the first one with good VFX, when he fought Maestro, the one that was too big and too green.
Yeah.
Not the it's like in 2000s.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I remember that one. Yeah, I remember that one. It was horrible. Yes. It was hot garbage. Like I'm still waiting on the Mark Ruffalo one. Like, I understand you gave me the TV show, but I want the Mark Ruffalo one.
I mean, they can't do it because they don't own the rights to Hulk. You do know that, right? They don't own the movie rights, the theatrical rights to Hulk. They don't own it, which is why we're probably never going to have a standalone Hulk movie, right?
Yeah.
But like the MCU had to go through iterations of bad movies at its inception, right? Everybody loves Iron Man. Everybody loves Iron Man 2. Iron Man 3 was kind of hot garbage, right?
Yeah, it was hot doo-doo. Yes.
You know, Thor, everybody loved Thor. Dark World was hot garbage.
The hot doo-doo.
And that's assuming that I give a pass to the original Thor. Like we had these movies that were borderline at best.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
you know what I mean?
But that was the time when, you know, VFX were really good enough to recreate, you know, the comic book show. So it's like, okay, all right, we're rocking with it. Okay, you're giving it to us. But then, yeah, when you do something like Thor: The Dark World, I'm like the VFX were really nice, but the story was.
And to some extent, they had to figure out where they were going
right.
so that they could get there, and which is what they're doing now. Which is why the movies are so hit and miss. Which is why, you know, the Spider-Man movies are so much better than like the other stuff. Yeah. Because Spider-Man's been fleshed out for God knows how long. So all you got to do is pull and weave.
You know, you got to retell the story.
You got to figure out. You got to flesh it out. You got to make it make sense. It's got to fit into the tapestry. It's got to not screw up the canon, the cinematic universe canon, while also giving you a flexibility to write story going forward. Like, it's a whole bunch of stuff that goes in there. So I cut Kevin Feige some slack. I just know that he be screwing up, and he needs like, yo, homeboy, come on.
Once again. That's why you need a fan that works with these people to be like, yeah, no, we don't want that.
Dude.
We want this.
Beef. Mahershala Ali. Mahershala Ali. Man, dude that's supposed to be Blade, the Oscar winner, he's not going to be Blade. He's not going to be Blade. We're probably never going to see a Blade movie standalone. And if we do, it won't be with him because it's just not working out. Like, how do you sign on Oscar-winning actor for a movie role and then expect for him to be like whatever you say? That's not how it works.
Yeah,
not even for Disney, and they're learning that, and I hope they really take that to heart because she's not gonna be late.
You knocked it out of the park with a lot of castings. Like, I think, you know, the perfect casting, Robert Downey Jr. for Tony Stark. Like, they are the same person.
I mean, Mahershala Ali is great casting for Blade, but
that's what I'm saying. But the fact that they're not willing to budge for him, but they budge for Tony, like, or Robert Downey Jr., like.
But that was only after like Iron Man 2, though.
No, even the first Iron Man, you could see that RDJ was Tony Stark.
Yeah, but he was Tony, but he didn't have the leverage. See, here's the thing: Mahershala Ali comes in with leverage. He doesn't need the MCU. He doesn't, and Disney's not. They're not used to dealing with actors that can be like, no, right? I mean, when Robert Downey Jr. said no, they said, we'll give you $50 million and 1% on the back. And he said, okay. Like, like this, they're not used to being in that situation. So, which is why I got beef, but I guess I'll let it ride so that I can move on off of the Marvels, off of freaking Disney, and on to, I need a recap of what's happening on Tommy because I'm behind and I don't care about spoilers. I just need to know what's going on.
So first off, a lot of people said Force they couldn't get into it. And I'm like, it's a slow build. If you're a real Power fan, you have to understand the evolution of where Tommy was and where he is now.
He's a changed man. He's a changed man.
He's a very he's a changed man in some ways, but the same person in a
lot of ways. Okay. Yes. Okay, I'll take that.
And but you can see the progression in him. He still has that wild side in him, but it's more control after everything that they've been through. But the funny thing is, the funny comparison that I have about Power is every time you turn around, they would get a new Connect, then they would kill the Connect. Then they would have to find another Connect, then kill the Connect. It's
Yo, how many Connects are there? Y'all keep killing them and sending them to jail. How many are there?
Or at some point, how come nobody just said, you know what? Hey, let's be the Connect. Like, at no point do that. And it's kind of like in this show, Tommy's like, yeah, we should be the Connect. I'm like, should have did that back in New York, but whatever. Don't want to listen to us.
They tried it, but Ghost didn't want to do that.
Well, but here's the thing. They kept trying to involve Ghost. Ghost said, do it, just not with me.
Sure.
And they said, yeah, but we need you. It's like, the dude's got a political career. He can't.
He was never going to be elected. You know that. It was pipe dreams. He wasn't going anywhere. I mean, it was going to come out sooner or later.
But, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess, what's today's date? The 7th?
Yes.
But yeah, so in the last episode of Force, you had Tommy. What's his face? The kid came back. He ran away from that school, which that's a plot hole in and of itself, because I'm not sure if the kid actually knew where he was. Not that he's stupid, but I'm just saying, like, they never told us where that school was that they dropped him off at. But he came back, he had bruises. He's like, yeah, they bruised me up, blah, blah, such and such. But they never said that, like, they were actually abusing him. The school that DMAC went to, that they shipped him off to, was just kind of just to get him out of the way after he shot that stupid cop, which was a stupid move by DMAC, because it's like, dude, why would you just come in guns blazing and shooting a cop? That doesn't make any sense. So that didn't make any sense at all. But when he got back, his dad figured out where he was, which was at a friend's house. Kate was happy, but this was after she's done drugs and whatnot again. So now she's trying to get sober again. And then I'm trying to remember, that was the biggest part that stood out to me, kind of. Oh, and then Maria, she chose, and then there was this. What is it called? I'm trying. It's like two storylines were kind of going to fuse together anyway, or an immovable object or whatever. Two opposing sides were going to meet in the middle anyway. And basically, one side you have Miguel, and then the other side you have Tommy. And Tommy's been plotting his move to be Che, who's the current connect for Miguel, who is somehow Tommy's connect. But Maria is Miguel's sister, and she finally chooses sides, because at some point she was going to have to choose either her brother or she was going to be with Tommy. And she finally, for the most part, chose and said, I'm going to be with you, Tommy. I'm rocking with you. If you have to kill my brother, you have my blessing. Do what you got to do.
I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to get shot in the face either.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Love doesn't necessarily live on this show.
It didn't really live in the Power show either.
But that's the thing. It never does. So I don't know what to make of it, because it's like, or what's the dude's name? Diamond. His love interest. You're like, you got this love interest, you got this kid. I don't know how this.
All love interests are the fourth person on the away team. Not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. That's a joke for old people that watch Star Trek, because we know that the fourth person on the away team never comes back. Never comes back.
But dude. Yeah, so Tommy's making his move. He's just, it's getting really, really good. Power is one of those shows where it's a very slow build up, but then when stuff happens, it happens. We had to wait about a season for all the dots to be there, the lines to connect, just entangle yourself in it and say, all right, cool, here's all the moving pieces and blah blah blah. Now Jannard and his girl, they get on my nerves all the time,
dude,
all the time.
You want to know what makes me feel old? The very idea that we enjoy shows like Power, knowing full well that they're just late night soap operas.
Absolutely.
They're just the Young and the Restless with a bigger budget.
I'm with you.
General Hospital with brown people.
Now, but the funny thing is, for anybody who watches Power Book 2 Ghost, where Tariq is in it and he's the main star, in the last episode.
Oh wait! Spoiler alert! Are you spoiling it?
No, it's been out. That's been out for a minute.
Okay, I was just checking. I mean, I know I've seen it.
Okay.
I was just making sure.
Look, if y'all ain't seen Power or if you ain't seen none of this, click out the video and come back later.
So let's back up. Don't lose your thought.
All right.
What is the appropriate length of time to wait before you just drop spoilers?
A month.
A whole month? God damn.
Well, it depends. Movies, a month. Like that come out in theater, a month. TV shows, about a week and a half, maybe.
That don't make no sense. Well, okay, I guess it kind of does. Movie, okay, I get it. I will remember that for you.
Yeah. Hey, if I haven't seen a show in a week, hey man, say it. I'm still gonna watch it. It doesn't really bother me. But then also, if I haven't seen a movie in a month, hey, do you think? I mean,
look, I got a hard 2-weekend limit. Okay, I got a hard 2-weekend limit. Now, I won't intentionally spoil it for you, but hop out of the group chats. You know what? Me and the guys that I went to college with, we had like, I don't know, 12 group chats. One of them specifically, don't ask. We've had these Google chat threads for 16 years almost.
Oh my God. I know Google's like, please get off our servers.
Yo, they were like,
what are you guys still doing here?
Yo, the crazy word is, look, so I'm petty. I'm very, very, very petty, right? So if you got jokes or you ridicule me for something today that I know I'm right about or I think I'm right about or is subject to change 4 years from now, I will Google search and pull receipts of what you said, screenshot it, reply to it, and let you know that you was wrong like I said you was wrong. I don't care how long it's been. It could have been 7 years ago. I don't care. I do not.
Oh my God.
I do not care. Not care.
Oh my God.
I do not care at all.
So I'd be so pissed.
Like I can't wait for I want to talk about this so bad, Dominique, right now. I want to talk about this so bad.
Wait, what's the topic?
It's a sports topic.
It's
sports.
We gotta wait on that. We gotta.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyhow. No. Anyhow.
Yeah.
Back to your spoiler for Ghost.
Yeah. Well, it's not a spoiler, but essentially, at the end of the last season of Power Book 2 Ghost, Tariq gets into some ish and has to leave New York. I hate that they do not play on the fact that we know these shows are connected. So why has Tariq not shown up in Chicago yet?
Because he's afraid Tommy's gonna kill him.
No, he's not. They made up. They're good now.
Okay. Are you? Because the last time I saw Tommy on Ghost it was with Tariq in the cemetery. With Tommy.
Dude, you're missing like a whole season, bro.
I'm missing a whole season? Bro. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Don't tell me I'm missing an entire season. Yo, because you was like, Tariq had to leave New York, and I was like, I don't remember that. The whole season. You telling me I gotta renew my Star subscription? Dang.
Yes. A whole season.
An entire season? Yo, when did this happen, man?
Last season. Oh my gosh. Look, me and my wife, we watch every episode of Power. Like, we watch it every weekend. Oh my gosh.
Hold on, I gotta renew my subscription, man. Hold on. Let me pull up Prime real quick.
Bro.
Think you missing an entire season?
Hey, wait, the cemetery.
Hey, man, it's rough in these streets, bro. I thought I was up to date. I thought I was waiting because they just he killed your boy because he thought it was the dude and it wasn't, and it was the son, and then they went to the warehouse and they had a shootout. And then Tariq had left. He's trying to figure out what's going on. He said this whole season ago.
Whole season. That was a good season ago, man.
12 episodes that I'm missing. God damn.
Oh my God. That means Lauren was alive the last time you saw her.
Oh,
Oh, you know what? You know what? I have to shut up now because I can affect the timeline right there. Like anything I say or allude to affects the timeline. Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
That was rich.
Lord help him.
That was up to date, man. I thought it
Oh
was.
God.
Okay, hold on. Why we think?
Anyway, but so my issue, like I said, is the fact that they act like we don't know that these.
Oh
They try
man,
to act like these are Marvel movies, and they're like, "No, we're gonna save this for the last episode." I'm like, "No, these shows are connected. We know they're connected. Connect them now." Like
oh
in between,
man.
like you don't have to wait for the last episode to tie these in. Like you can go in between them at any episode. Like it really doesn't matter. Does not matter to us. We actually want that. What's the little girl's name? Courtney. Courtney, make that happen. Please make that happen. And get my man an up to date Star subscription, please.
Yo, yo. And I stopped my Star subscription. I was like, nope, don't need this anymore.
Yes, you do.
Oh, that's a fail. That is a fail. That is a fail. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Okay. While I try to figure out my Star's life, let me ask you: have you watched Dope Sick? Okay. All right.
Is it good?
Well, okay. Disclaimer. If you want to watch a depressing depiction of the state of drug use in America, you want to watch Dope Sick.
Okay, Rosario Dawson's in. I'm in.
That's all it took.
I'm in.
That man said Rosario Dawson. I'm in. Get started, $9.99 a month. I
put it like this. Only reason why I watched Percy Jackson. Only reason why I watched Percy Jackson. Rosario Dawson.
I mean, I get it. And she's good in this. But okay, so you got to watch it. Dope Sick is a recount, a fictitious but kind of like real account of the opioid crisis, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that I even use that word because it really it obscures what actually happened, and it obscures the entire situation, right? We're talking about Oxycontin. They call it OC, and they're talking about the rise of Oxycontin as a pain reliever and the lengths that the company that created it, Purdue Pharma, went through to put it in the hands of doctors and to get it into the veins and in the mouths and in the stomachs and in the noses of customers. And it is so bad, right? Like real quick, the general thought around the drug was that it has a coating around it that has a time release that releases this Oxycontin, that releases this this pain reliever, this oxy pain reliever, right? Think oxycodone over an extended period of time, right? Over 12 hours, right? And so, first of all, they had studies before they even put it to market that it was not going to do that, right? They knew that it would last maybe 6 hours at best. That's number one. Number two, they teamed up and they colluded with someone at the freaking FDA to get a label saying that it wasn't as addictive as, let's see, if it's oxycodone, whatever the other oxy is, right?
Oxymoron.
That's how I felt watching it because I was going, well, guy, like, and I mean, and I know the Sacklers are on the hook for something like $4 or $5 billion, right? Because they were sued and they lost and they have to pay that, but they get to keep the rest of their fortune, which they made a ton of it. But so they created this drug. They lied about it. They lied about charts, used charts they were not supposed to. They created commercials. They lied to the people in the commercials. They lied to the doctors about the commercials. Even the drug itself, the coating that was supposed to be around it, put it in your mouth for 30 seconds, rub it on your arm, and now it doesn't have the coating. So you get all of the drug in your vein at one time or in your nose or in your stomach, whatever. Like, it's so bad on so many levels. And you go, oh my gosh, nobody's going to jail for this. And I don't understand how. And it makes you go, I see why people were freaking killing themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got heroin, you got I'll put it like this. Had it not been for the Sackler family,
Mm-hmm.
there would be no opioid crisis.
Mm.
Like they were paying sales reps to a lot of doctors and paying doctors to overprescribe and not checking them. Like,
but you know that practice reminds me of how everybody was saying, or like during the pandemic, everything you walk in there with a sneeze, COVID.
Well, there was a numbers and a money game, so and
Big pharma should not be that big, man.
I mean, no, most things should not be that big. Definitely big pharma that profits off keeping people sick, but it is, and the thing I hated most about it is how it brings to light how easily people hide behind the phrase is, well, this is my job, right? As if you have no responsibility in the actions that you have if you're working a job or under the leadership of someone else, right? Or under the authority of someone else, right? It's just my job. Like they knew inherently that this drug was harming people, yet and still they made it so that doctors could prescribe it 10 times more than any other pain medicine. And they got paid hundreds, and I'm talking about sales reps now, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Doctors got comped, hundreds of thousands of dollars while people are getting sick, getting addicted, and dying over this stuff. And it's great. It's great TV.
Yeah.
It's just, I was watching it and I was like, I need to go take a shower. This is nasty work, man. Like,
how do you look at yourself? Or like, all in all, it's like,
how do you sleep
at night? Live with yourself?
Probably medicated on Oxy, but like, I mean, at some point, the billions can't be worth it. I mean, and granted, I've never had $1 billion, so I'm not faced with that.
Well, I mean, realistically speaking, let's put it like this. I mean, it's worth it to a certain degree, but not like when you're making like double-digit billions upon billions, and it's like, oh, okay, like when is enough money? When is enough money?
When is enough enough?
Right.
When is enough enough?
You like, personally in my mind, maybe this is small thinking to some people, but I would win at life if I made $1 billion. Done. Honestly, if I win at life, if I make 500, if I got 500 mil sitting somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, that's the drug dealer's dilemma. How much money is enough? And it seems like whatever amount of money you have is never that number.
Like, even in this economy, 500 mil, I think I'm good. I think I'm pretty decent. $1 billion, that's overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I just say it because it's like, people were just like, hey, like Sam Walton and Walmart. Their dad, he divided his fortune and made all three of his kids billionaires
in America.
Yes, and that's split.
Dude, I read somewhere that Jeff Bezos gave the black dude from CNN, Van Jones, like, what was it? Hold on, let me get it right.
Stupid amount of money.
Yes. And he was like, do whatever you want with it. Van Jones, Jeff Bezos, he gave him $100 million?
Oh, that's grocery
money. Yeah, he gave him $100 million. Okay, so people don't understand how much $1 billion is, right?
At least 999 million times whatever many billions that is.
Dude, and the fact that Bezos is worth easily 100 billion.
Right? Or put it like this. When he divorced his wife, in that settlement, she got $36 billion. And he was like,
he was like,
that's it.
So
like, he gave his wife the GDP of a small company. I mean, of a small country.
Bro.
And honestly, she's like, I'm going to give it away. I'm like, lady, you know how, like, honestly, to anybody out there,
Brewster's Millions, you know how hard it is to give away $36 billion.
Do you know how hard it is to spend that much money? Like whatever bank you have it in or whatever, the interest is practically going to put it right back. You have to work overtime to spend that money.
Okay. Side note. Have you seen Pharrell's new bag? Oh, I know we're surfing. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry. But, oh, God doggone it. It's I think is it a Gucci bag? No, it's a Louis Vuitton bag. Yo, Pharrell's got a new bag. It's called the $1 million one. It's called the $1 million one. This bag has solid gold. All right, you know those chains everybody's wearing now? The it's not a Figueroa chain. I forgot what it's called. Like, hold on. Yo, I don't know what it is. What I do know is they have one of those gold chains as the crossbody strap piece thingy. The zippers and all of the metal pieces are made out of solid gold. And there are pieces on the bag that is diamond encrusted. This bag is $1 million.
For what?
I saw it the other day, and I was like, at some point, we're gonna have to eat the rich because this is getting ridiculous.
Well, yeah, I mean, you start doing stuff like this, it's like, who's gonna buy? Like, even if you were to buy it, you can't wear it.
Oh no. If you can spend $1 million on a bag, you probably have enough security and enough insurance to be okay with the bag. All I'm saying is,
but wouldn't that be? Well, I don't know. Is that a depreciating asset? Is it appreciating asset? Like,
it's Louis Vuitton. As long as you don't scuff it, it is an appreciating asset. I know. I said that, and you was like, "Not possible." Definitely possible. Did you see it? You didn't see the bag. Here, I'm going to send it to you.
My God, I can't.
Oh, but you can. Oh, but you can.
Yeah, it's a Cuban link.
That's a Cuban. See, this is how I know.
Yes.
I'm so Cuban not link. Cool because I didn't know that was a Cuban link. But yeah, that's solid gold. I think it's 18 karat too.
Well, but here's the funny thing: gold isn't as strong as you think it is. It's actually a very soft metal.
Oh yeah, definitely not as strong as you think it is. But that doesn't matter because you're not going to snatch it because I have a bodyguard that will shoot you for snatching my bag.
Rich and affluent, you
know. Okay.
Like this is part of the stuff where I'm just like, when you have money, and like, first off, like the way he's dressed in this thing is stupid. Like, I actually like Pharrell, and I really like him, but this is stupid. This is just dumb. Like, this is FU money at this point. Like,
it is. It so is. Look, okay. So
like, I'm doing this because I can. I'm rich, and you'll never get here.
Okay. Do you know Busta Rhymes' second album, lead single, Give Me Some More, and the skit that goes along with that?
I don't think I've seen the skit. I think I've heard the song before.
Oh my gosh. This is how rich you got to be to have that bag. So the skit goes, this dude's talking to this girl. He goes, hey, how you doing, baby girl? I noticed you from across the way, and I think me and you should start to talk. And she's like, whatever. And he's like, yo, so if you're not doing anything later, maybe you can come by my place. She was like, and he's like, baby girl, you know how much money I got? Oprah does my laundry. Michael Jordan cuts my grass. You know how frivolous I am? I drive a Hummer to the end of my driveway just to get the mail. And that's all I use it for.
Wow.
Yo, it's a whole skit. I'm going to send it to you.
I'm going to check that out, yeah.
And me and my boy Angus, we used to say this to ourselves we used to say it to each other, but mostly he would say that to me because we was riding his 300M because he was balling. He was dope. But so I threw away all my platinum cards and I got a uranium card. You just die laughing. But that's how much money you gotta have that bag. Cause yeah, that's easily I have disdain for normal people money right there.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah. I mean, I think you and I've talked about this. Like, having that kind of money, it would change a lot of people, but like there's certain people that it just wouldn't change much. Like my house would probably change, but it wouldn't be outrageous. My car would probably change. I would just get the one that I actually want. It wouldn't be anything something like a McLaren or a Ferrari or Bugatti.
Dominic, you just said your house would not be outrageous.
No. It would be very proportionate to what I can afford from interest.
Which would be outrageous.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. Seriously.
Okay.
Because I've done enough research on all of this. I've done enough research on all this to look at it and say, you know what? Okay, I've done enough fictional shopping on Redfin to be like, yeah, oh, you know what? This $3 million house? Yeah, no, I don't like the taxes on that. I'm not paying that each month. I'm just not.
Hold on. Let's do some quick math.
Okay.
$5 billion?
$5 billion? All right, look, come on.
Let's say $5 billion. That's the 5, and that's thousand.
Million.
That's million.
Billion.
That's billion times, let's say, a very low interest rate of 3%, which would leave you at grossing $100 million, $150 million. So what you're telling me is, because your house would be proportionate to the amount that you would get off of the interest of your $5 billion, that your house would be sold.
I'm not paying $100 million in taxes a year for my house.
They're gonna pay $100 million in tax. Nobody pays $100 million in taxes. You gonna pay $100 million for the property taxes. Are you not
okay? So
you're gonna live. You're not gonna live in California.
Have you seen the houses that cost $100 million?
Yes.
That is. Imagine the water bill, the electric bill, the stupid spending that goes on, whether I can afford it or not.
Hey, Dominic, can I borrow 25 cents?
Sure.
Can I borrow a quarter?
Yes.
Okay. So you are well aware that a quarter to you is like $50 million to Jeff Bezos or any billionaire. So when you start talking about afford, if I'm a billionaire, I'm buying the house where I want it, and I'm knocking the current house down, and I'm building the house that I want.
Oh, you're doing LeBron James.
I completely.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because I can guarantee you the house that is where I want my house does not already have a helipad. And I'm going to need a helipad for my helicopter.
I mean, maybe. It's just, like I said, it just depends because that'd be my first question to the accountant. Like if I was to hit the lottery or something like that, it's like, how much do I make in interest? How much if I leave this where it is, how much can I spend each year or each month? Like, where's my budget? I need a rainy day fund. So if it all goes to hell, I can say, you know what? I at least have this to rebuild and just say, all right, cool. I'm done. I'm not doing anything else for the rest of my life.
See, here's the thing. I don't think you fully comprehend how much $5 billion is. Because what that means is you could spend $50 million every year for the rest of your life and still get richer. Without doing anything else.
But you know what? And that'd be cool. Because I still wouldn't spend 50. Like, yes, you do have to blow it and get out of your system. But I wouldn't do that. That's just weird.
So, Dominic, you're going on a cruise, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're worth $5 billion, you'd go on a cruise too, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would go on a cruise.
Would anybody else be on the boat?
Yes.
Other than your family. Don't even try it. Don't even try it.
Well, okay, but that's the thing. Look, like family reunions, hey, look, I wouldn't make it a habit, but hey, yo, maybe the next 4 or 5 family reunions on me, just get there. Like I rent out an entire Caribbean cruise line ship or whatever the thing is called, Norwegian cruise line ship. Have fun.
If you were a billionaire, it would be completely beneath you to rent out an entire cruise ship. Because you would say to yourself, why would I need to rent out a cruise ship when I can just have everyone on my $200 million mega yacht?
I wouldn't own a yacht.
I think you need to reassess what your lifestyle would be like. You already own 2 Teslas. Don't tell me you went on a nigga yacht.
Hey, that just proves I'm irresponsible. Not that anything is going to come of that, okay? That's what that means, all right?
Look, I understand being modest,
and I don't like paying for gas. I don't like the fluctuate. Like I already don't like fluctuation in gas prices. Like I was waiting for the opportunity to jump to electric.
Right. So how do you feel about traffic?
Actually, I'm okay with it in my car. Like the way those cars drive, I'm all right. They drive themselves.
Exactly.
Stop and go. Whatever.
So do helicopters with pilots.
Oh god. Well, since COVID, I don't.
You go right over there.
I don't drive with helicopters at the moment. I'm afraid of heights.
Okay. I mean, hey. Okay. So instead of a helicopter, you're going to have a chauffeur. And instead of a Tesla, you probably have a Sprinter van. I get it.
I can do that.
I know you can. That's why I chose the Sprinter van.
I can do that.
And what most people don't realize, I'm talking about the one that costs $4 million. The real one. The nice one.
That's a lot of freaking money.
Not really. Hey, Dominic, can I borrow a dime?
Sure.
Okay. See, that's how much it costs you to get a Tesla. I mean, a freaking Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van if you are a billionaire. There you go. And that's assuming you have to pay for it. They might give it to you for free.
Oh, my
just
God.
Because you're in it.
I guess.
So, but anyhow, yeah, no. I mean, $1 billion would change some things. But I tell you what, it would not change. What I'm eating for Thanksgiving. What are you making for Thanksgiving?
A hotel.
Oh,
plan?
that's 2. I was about to say
hotel reservation.
Wait. You explain. Let me not jump to conclusions.
We're going to somebody's house, so I'm not making anything. My wife's not making anything.
So you, okay. That's nice. Yep. I remember those days. Mm-hmm. I envy you ever so slightly. although I very much love. I'm trying to decide. Last year I smoked a turkey. 2 years before that, I fried a turkey. I had been doing fried turkeys before I got my smoker.
Well, both of those are both of those are really good. I've always hated turkeys growing up because the traditional way of making it, the YT people way of making it, is always dry.
It ain't even new.
It's always dry.
It's a bunch of us too.
True. Yes. Okay. Sorry. But yes, it's dry. And then I don't like stuffing. I don't like.
Whoa! Now you got to explain yourself. What do you mean you don't like stuffing?
I don't like stuffing that tastes weird. It tastes like soap with seasoning on it.
I'm sorry. It tastes like what?
Soap with seasoning on it.
Dominic.
Yes.
Of all the things I would have imagined you say, tastes like soap with seasoning?
Yeah. It has a very weird taste to me, like that. It just shouldn't taste like that, but yet it does, and it's here. Maybe I've had bad stuffing.
So what about macaroni and cheese? You like macaroni and cheese?
Yes, I like macaroni and cheese.
Look, you don't like stuffing. I can't assume anything at the moment. Good God.
Yes, I like macaroni. Like I go for the ham. I go for the macaroni and cheese. I go for the potato salad, deviled eggs.
Okay.
But honestly, I've gotten to a point to where the traditional sides and the traditional main dishes, I could care less. Honestly, my wife could bring home, like she could ask me, like, what do you want me to cook? And I'll say, let's make some ribs. Let's make some chicken wings. I don't care.
Oh, man. Okay. I understand.
Like the holidays are already stressful time, and I strive to make it less. For one, I'm simple, not simple-minded, but simple, and and I just want my wife to not be in the kitchen too long. Like at least I want her to actually enjoy the holiday, being around family or whatever we have going on. And honestly, people come to my house and they don't like what I've said that I wanted. Hey, you lucky I've even fed you. because it's more chicken wings for me.
Dang, that man said, I'm Martin. Gets to snapping.
Look, man. You come over and ask, where's this? Where's that? Where's this? Hey, you know what? You just need to go.
God, dog. Hey, Dominic, you got any stuffing, man? Stuffing? You heathen. No.
Pretty much, man.
We don't eat that here.
Like, I grew up with the parents that had the dining room that you only ate in twice.
I remember those days.
Like, my dad was getting rid of that stuff. Was like, hey kid, you want it? I'm like, no.
I never ate in it. I never used it.
No. I'm not doing that to my family. Like, my dining room does not get used. It's a wine room. It's a room for where we make drinks. It's where people can sit and talk. And I'm not doing the dining room where nobody, like, that stuff just sat there. And if you did eat there, your mother was going to crucify you. Yeah, no.
You ain't doing the plastic over the chairs and over the stuff.
I'm not my grandmother.
I'm not my grandmother. Not gonna do that. Okay. Yeah.
Like, I never understood. Like, it never dawned on me the fact that why are you gonna buy something for people not to sit on?
Because if you want it, it won't last.
Then why buy it in the first place?
Because you got to have it.
No, you don't. Just that simple. No, you don't.
Here's the funny part. They got to have it, and they want people to sit on it. They just don't want you to sit on it. We were never allowed to sit on the stuff. We were not special enough.
And I would never do that to my kids. I'm not doing it. It's like, no. And that's why I would, like, for the longest, I would always buy the furniture based on, like, all right, my kids are at what age? Yeah, that's going to get torn up. So, okay, that's fine. How durable is it? All right, cool. Let's do it.
But I mean, that's practical. And that's how, I mean, that's understandable. That's how most people do when you have kids, small kids, right?
Yeah, but you know, back in the day, you got small kids, but like, hey, get him off that. Yeah, what stuff with the plastic wrap? It's like, well, why do you have the plastic wrap?
But that's grandma's house, though. You can't go to grandma's house sitting on stuff with small kids. You got the floor is all yours. That's what you get.
We lived a rough time.
Amen.
Rough time.
Amen.
But what are you guys making? I mean, a new house and whatnot. Like, yeah.
So making is a good question. My wife's making pound cake.
All right.
Because we're not eating here. We're going to, first of all, it's my mother's 70th birthday on the 22nd. So yeah. And hopefully she's not listening to this, because if she is, she will find out that we're going to be there for her birthday. I don't know when. It'll be sometime during that time. And then we'll be back. And that's in Shreveport. We'll be back here in Texas on Thursday afternoon for Thanksgiving dinner, right? My wife's family is cooking here in Texas. So this is our first Thanksgiving here in Houston with them. So we're going to be there. My wife's cooking pound cake, which I love it when she cooks pound cake. It's so amazingly good, Dominique.
We're still talking about the cake, right?
Sure. Sure. No, her pound cake's really good. Her pound cake is actually really good. Like really, really good. Like her pound cake was so good, I started drinking tea. I was not.
I don't get the correlation.
I don't drink. Okay, first of all, I'm not a tea drinker. I don't drink sweet tea. Okay, it's just not my thing.
Wait, weren't you raised in North Carolina?
I was raised in North Carolina. Yes, I still never liked sweet tea. I don't.
Okay.
I will drink it if it has lemon in it, but it's not my thing. Right? I don't.
For our people up north, sweet tea.
Stop it.
The best analogy I have to what it tastes like. It's like chocolate milk if it was juice. That's the best description I have of
it. Yeah. Take your up north cup of tea and add a half a cup of sugar, and that's what we're talking about.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. That it does not. It's not the same. I've tried.
Well, I know it's not the same. I know it's not the same. It's the equivalent, because they will never fully understand unless they've had it, and if they haven't had it, that's the best way we can describe it to them.
And honestly, for somebody who never, growing up overseas and whatnot, is coming back over here and having to drink sweet tea because it was the cheapest thing on the menu at Shaw, at the McDonald's, you got a bacon cheeseburger and a sweet tea for $1. All of it was $1. So, all right, as a broke college kid, that's what I drank. It is an acquired taste.
It is, and I never liked it.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste.
My wife's pound cake sent me. It's so good that when she perfected her recipe, probably about 10 years. Sam's 15, 10 years ago. Sydney was about 10 years ago. About 10 years ago, she perfected her recipe. And when she perfected her recipe, I said, I have to have a tea party because this pound cake is so good that I need to drink it with warm tea. And I'm not talking about Bojangles tea. I'm talking about Tiavana tea. I'm talking about, pinky
With the
finger
pinkies up.
Pinky finger up. I bought a whole tea set. I bought an actual tea set, Dominique. An actual freaking tea set. And we had tea. I had the blooming tea. I had the champagne tea. I had like 8 different kinds of tea. I spent $300 at Tiavana. Okay. That's how good the pound cake is. And she'll make it when I ask, but I try not to ask because it's a labor of love. She uses the $400 mixture that I bought her to make it. But it's amazing, right? Like if
it's like this, I mean, why aren't we selling this?
Why would we sell this?
How much is $1 billion again?
We just talked about the Sacklers and creating addicts. I'd rather not. There are people that have diabetes that do not need to be eating pound cake. And I promise you, if I start selling this pound cake, people are going to die.
This reminds me of that episode of the Jamie Foxx show where Aunt Helen was making her pies and whatnot, and told Jamie, "Don't you eat these pies? Don't you eat those pies?" And he ate all of them in one night.
Oh my God, yes! And they created a assembly line to try to get the pies, and they started going at each other's throat because Jamie was wilding out. Yes, I saw that recently. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, so. But yeah, I mean, I've gotten to a point to where at one point I was ordering the turkey. So like one year we had a Bojangles turkey, another year we had Popeye's turkey. Because I'm just like, turkey is always the hard, not necessarily the hardest thing to cook, but it's like just shove it in the oven and bake it and just make sure it's not dry. Just do that, please.
Hey man, my dad cooked. The reason why I have a smoker is because one year, about 4 years ago. God, it's been a long time. My mother bought my dad a smoker, right? His propane grill crapped out on him. So she bought him a smoker. Go get whatever grill you want. She said he came back with the $350 smoker and he smoked a turkey for us. And I was like, I got to have one of them.
Yeah.
Because I never, and keep in mind, I fried turkeys for 4 years before that. I fried turkeys. Like I would fry my turkey, I fried my parents' turkey, I fried a friend's turkey, right? I would fry turkeys. I did that.
Well, I mean, if somebody's going to go through the trouble of frying a turkey, everybody let's just go ahead and use that same fryer.
Yeah. But that smoked turkey was so much better than the fried turkey.
Yeah.
It was insane. So much so I went and bought me a $400 smoker too. And it's worth every single penny, especially when you start talking about turkey. Now, it takes forever in a day because if you're going to smoke it on 220, you're going to smoke it for 8 to 10 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Or you're going to smoke it intently for like 6 and then bake it for another 2. Man, is it good.
I've been looking at getting like a Traeger, like a pellet grill.
Yes. Okay, so Traeger is top of the line. Nothing wrong with Traeger. Pit Boss is not top of the line name brand, but it's made by the same. It's made by the same engineers, right? So 10 years ago, the head of the design division of Traeger left Traeger, and he created Pit Boss. So it's the same technology.
I love the fact that you know the history behind something like this.
Random useless knowledge, right? I got this from my mom. So when my dad and my mom were in Lowe's trying to determine which one they were going to get, they were talking to a guy that has a Traeger and a Pit Boss. He had a Traeger regular and a Pit Boss upright. And he was explaining why a Pit Boss is a very good option. And he went into the history of this freaking thing. Now, just for reference, I had the upright Series 4 Pit Boss, right? Now, they only have a couple of upright ones, but the series, I think it's the Series 5 is the only, like, I think it's 1,100 square inches of smoking space. It's Wi-Fi enabled, so you can control it with Wi-Fi, over Wi-Fi. Like the grill that I left in Charlotte, I can control the temperature with Wi-Fi.
Wait, hold on. Whoa, you say you left in Charlotte?
We're not going to talk about that. Yes, but you don't.
So why is it not at my house?
This is a fresh wound, Dominique. Okay, you want me to tell you why it's not at your house?
Yes. Okay. Why is it not at my house?
It's not at my house.
Why didn't I get a call and say, "Hey, man, random question. You need a pellet grill?"
It's not, yes, Steven, I do not at your house because it was not in smoking condition. I left it in the care of a friend, and a friend of that friend used my grill with charcoal.
How dare you?
Okay, I don't know if that's like real anger or you just being facetious, but you can't use charcoal in a wood pellet grill. You want to know why? Because it burns everything.
Yeah.
Even though that had a broil setting on it. But that's why. And so it was not, I had to throw it away.
Oh man, that stinks.
But I could check. You check the temperature, check and change the temperature, and you can check the temperature of your probes on your phone, on the Pit Boss app, which is really dope because once you set it, you don't really have to go back out there, which is kind of counter to the culture of smoking.
Hey, whatever. I take the guesswork out of cooking. I just want my food to be good. Like that's my thing. That has always been my thing. I want to take the guesswork out of cooking. I want to smoke it. Yes, sure, no problem. Just because I would like to use a meat thermometer and a way to keep the temperature the same, so then that way I get what I want. Whatever you can say, what the real pit bosses, whatever, can say whatever they want about me. But
and they will. But like we're on the same page here. I'm not trying to be a pit boss. I'm not trying to be a master of smoking. I just want my food to taste good. And I will tell you, upright smokers or even the side by side smokers, they do the trick without you having to spend $2,300 on a smoker. Man, I'm trying to tell you, and oh man. See, that's the thing, man. We didn't really get to hang out before I left Charlotte.
I know.
So you've never had any of my chicken on my Pit Boss or any of my steak
or apparently pound cake.
Okay, I'm careful about who I let eat the pound cake, man. I am, because there are unrealistic expectations that come. They'd be like, okay, so let me know the next time she bakes some. I'll be like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. She may not make enough. She may only make one. If she only makes one, I'm not telling you. You want to know why? Because I'm not sharing. I'm sorry. It's that good. It's that good. No. But yeah, no. Well, next time we get together, I'll see what I could do on the pound cake front. But no. Get you to look at the pit bosses, man. I found
these pit bosses. So like they look real Traeger-ish.
I'm telling you, it's the same. The head of design. Now Traeger has gone in a slightly different direction in their most recent series. But the technology is very similar, and the pellets are cheaper. And they have what I would describe as a better variety of
the flavor woods.
Yeah, of flavor woods that you can use. Now I only use not only, but I specifically like to use competition blend in mine. And there's Pit Boss season now along with a couple of secret herbs and spices. But my hot dogs and my chicken are so good that like the first time I smoked some chicken for my father. And he said, I think this might be the best chicken I've ever had. And my father has had chicken all around the world. All around the world.
That's saying something.
That is saying something. But because
I don't mind like cooking stuff in the oven and all that. It's just Now I kind of want to like make ribs in a smoker, salmon in a smoker. Like,
Oh yeah,
I want to
no.
make some burnt ends, like some real burnt ends in a smoker.
Yes, yes.
Like that's just where I'm at in life. Like, I don't care if it's 32 degrees outside. I'm firing up the smoker,
Yo, okay,
and
so
I'm just gonna come back in the house and wait for it to tell me it's done.
okay, so no, it's gonna be a little bit more than that. But look, okay, so just as an FYI, so you got your upright, and you got your side by side, right? So upright is good. It has some design issues. Side by side is good. It has some restrictions, I guess you would say, right? I own both. The upright one, I love, don't get me wrong. The side by side ones now, they have the ability not just to smoke your meats, but to broil them. Like you can you can remove the sheath and have fire come up so you can get the crispness of the fire.
Right.
The last one I bought had that, and I'm here to tell you, man, look, do it. You will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. But read the instructions and clean your grill after every use or after every other use, and it will ensure, because that's the problem I had with my upright. I didn't clean it like after every use. Like I clean it like after every third use, which was lazy on my part. But you know, you clean it after every other use or every use, it'll last you for a while. And how do we get to pit boss grills? We the rabbit hole. Thanksgiving.
Yes, Thanksgiving and turkeys and how
you
prepare
eat
them.
chitlins? Have you ever had chitlins? Not never.
Not never.
How do you know if you don't like it?
I just rather. It's just I know where it comes from. I'd rather not eat it. I just I'm sure it's good. No, I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
I've seen the process of cooking it. I've walked in when people are cooking it. No.
Yo, tell me that's not the worst experience, especially if you don't know they're preparing them.
Yo. Yeah, you like, yo, you gotta. What's wrong with your pipes? Is everything all right? Like, is everything okay?
Is there a dead body in here?
You're cooking what?
Is there a dead body in here? Is the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah,
the thought of
your toilet backed up? Huh? No. Well, it smells. You need to figure that out. Like, I don't know what's going on.
You need to
be outside.
Outside, I'm leaving. I'm not coming back. No need. Oh my gosh!
Like, no, I don't touch nothing else in this kitchen. Jesus. I need some fresh hands in here.
I need a fresh kitchen after that, man. You know how long that smell stays in the air?
That's why my wife doesn't like so funny. She's like, I don't like people frying fish in my house because that smell just and I get it.
I'm the same way.
It's just funny. It's just
I'm the same way.
She's like, they gonna fry fish, they need to go outside.
Yo,
I get so upset.
Cause it gets in your clothes. Look, the grease aerosolizes and it falls and it's on your clothes. You have to wash it out, and you can't.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know.
It'd be in the carpet. It'd be in the fabric of your sofas and of your chairs and in your hats and in your socks. Man, please.
Yeah, I want to piss my wife off the quickest. Fry some fish in here without her knowing.
She come back. She walking out instantly. Somebody been frying fish. Somebody's got to die. Somebody's got to die.
Who did it? Who did it?
You're dead. Man. Yeah, no, I'm waiting for I'm looking intently for Thanksgiving to have some stuffing. and
speaking of stuffing, who's stuffing Trump?
Wow.
Oh yes.
Okay, this is gonna sound really bad, but clearly they about to run a train on your boy because they're gonna take turns. Right now, the New York AG is up first, and they're doing what people from New York do, which is catch him red-handed for fraud. Clearly, I believe they're at the stage of trying to figure out whether or not, or what the punishment is going to be for the conviction, because they've already proven that he committed fraud in New York. And then Georgia's up next in this election RICO case that they got going on, right?
Gosh, RICO. Oof.
Yeah, so And
they don't hang RICO on you if they ain't got nothing. I'm sorry, they just don't.
Well, no. They hang a RICO on you when you think you're too smart to not get caught by doing the wink and a nod stuff with all your underlings, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the purpose of the RICO, right? RICO is to make sure that they could prosecute people that were obviously committing crimes, but doing it in a way to subvert the original statutes of the law, right? And so
Racketeering, influencing, corrupt organization act.
Yep. And so without Trump explicitly saying, hey, we need to overturn the election, we need to steal these votes, right? They hit him with RICO because everybody in his immediate circle knew that's what he meant and was acting under those orders, which is why Lindsey Graham has testified, which is why Mark Meadows has immunity, which is why Rudy Giuliani is going down, which is why Trump may actually see the inside of a jail cell. But whether he sees the inside of a jail cell or not, he's going to be convicted on the election RICO case. The only question is when. And I know a lot of people, a bunch of my friends are like, it'll never happen. Yeah, okay. Start reading some of these documents and seeing who has turned state's witness, who has immunity, and who has testified and who's been indicted. And you'll find out that I think it's Letitia James? I don't know who it is. Whoever the Georgia AG is, he is playing no games. No games.
So my only reaction to this is we've seen this coming for God knows how long, but then I'm sure a lot of people are asking, does this mean he can still run?
Yes, you can still run. But
and for me,
unless he's in jail. And if he's in jail, if he gets sentenced to jail, I mean, you can run, but you can't. Or even if he's on house arrest. Here's the funny part: if he gets convicted, he's on house arrest, then he can't go to like political rallies. Like he can't. He has to have all of his travel cleared, right? And for much of his travel, he's restricted to, at the point in time where he's going to be convicted and he's going to be either in jail or house arrest. You're going to be you have to be in the state. Like you can't leave the state. And so
that doesn't concern me, because in a twist, this country is this country, and I guarantee you, even if that is the case, this man will somehow get elected without leaving.
He's not going to get elected. He's not going to make it out the primaries.
It may be true, but I don't count anything out. Like I've seen a lot of stuff that this guy has done, and expected some stuff to happen and never did, and he's either gotten pushed off or blah blah blah. And I'm just like, but then, like I said, America being what they are,
yeah,
I would not put it past for this man to be the first president, first reelected, the first president reelected by not even having to go and campaign.
No, that won't work.
It would not surprise me.
That won't work. You gotta have moderates. You gotta have the middle of the road people to get elected in America. And without going to campaigning in those states, he's not gonna get them. Without being able to physically be there, he's not gonna get them. It is not possible, right? Like I know we're in the internet age and everybody gives a lot of credence television and social media and all these things that are digital, but there's a whole minority of the country that they're not going to vote for you. They're not even going to consider you if you're not there, right? Like if you're not there with your stump speeches, shaking hands and kissing babies, like you're just not getting the votes.
Trump ain't kissing my baby.
Well, he ain't kissing my baby either, not with that mouth. Are your lips swollen?
Were you eating Cheetos, sir?
No, so did you get the joke? That's the Dave Chappelle joint. Are your lips sweating?
I need to go rewatch.
Oh my God.
I've already said I need to rewatch that.
You said Trump's lips be sweating. Like, come on, man. Like Dave said, if I'm on a plane and turbulence happens and I see a flight attendant and she's calm, then I'm calm. But if I look at the flight attendant and her lips are sweating, I know we're going down. I know it's over for me.
Oh, shoot. But then also, here's the thing. Like, is this going to happen before the next election, or like the primaries and all that stuff that he has to go through? Or will it be like, oh, he's going to postpone it somehow and be able to make it to these places, then get elected, but then be like, well, you can't send the presidents to house arrest. Well, yeah, I'm going to stay in the White House. Great. That's where I wanted to be anyway.
So here's the thing. Here's the other thing about that, right? Most people casually don't like keep up with the ins and outs of the administrative portion of the court proceedings, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they've tried to do a lot of this stuff, right? And the judges in the New York AG's case was like negative. The judge in the GA RICO case was like negative. Like this is happening now, right? And this is to say nothing of the federal case that is still on the books and is still going to happen. And it's probably going to happen. Let's see what I say, April of next year. And that's in the middle of primary season.
Right.
Let's
go ahead and take them out.
Yeah, no, look, I know everybody's afraid of Trump winning again, but it's been made very clear that the establishment really doesn't want him. They just want his votes. And they haven't figured out a guy to replace him, to say the things that he says, to get the votes that he gets so that they can do what they want to do. But they are firmly in the camp that's saying we don't want this guy ever in power again. You want to know how I know that? Because they have allowed these prosecutions to go forth, right? I don't believe that there's any way in the world these prosecutions go forth without the establishment being like, okay, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. So there's that, right? A whole lot of people don't believe he's going to jail. And I'm not sure. I know he's going to get convicted though. I know they're going to hit for 2 out of 3.
I don't see him going to jail or even federal jail. Like at most, probably house arrest.
Well, see, here's the thing: if he gets convicted in the RICO case in GA, he's going to jail.
Oh, okay,
right? That's a state case. It's not a federal case, right? And that's a criminal case. It's not a fraud case, like in New York. Like he might not go to. He might be on house arrest. Yeah, he might be on house arrest, but like he's going to be restricted in moving from a location after Georgia is done with him. So there's that.
Nice.
There's that. So
that'd be nice.
Oh man, you got me started on Trump. I thought we was gonna get out of here without talking about that guy.
Hey, look, man. Well, no, that wasn't. That's that other topic we haven't made it to. But I just, I don't. And here's my thing. I personally didn't think that it's for him to be reelected for one term because it's like, dude, you already served your term. And most times you want to back a candidate who has eligibility to do 2 terms, not 1. Like, why would we stick you in there for 1 and then have to basically turn around and have to get somebody else elected?
Power. Because you get him in there for 1 and you get him the right vice president, the name recognition alone means that he might get you, instead of 4 years, and get you 12 years, right? That's how they think about it. It's a power game. And you have to remember that with actually all of the politicians, but more so the ones that adversely affect your way of life, which it seems like the Republicans are doing at this moment more so than the Democrats.
I just don't think this whole duality, blue or red or, Republican, Democratic, those two sides are just too corrupt to exist anymore. But then here's the thing. They're never going to vote for term limits. So that's out. At no point are they going to let other parties in and have an equal vote, because then it's taking away votes from whatever, the others, which means the wrong person that you wouldn't want to win is going to win. And then you're going to get blamed for it because it's like, well, you voted for the weird party over there and you took away votes that you could have went to XYZ. And I'm just like, this whole duality thing is really exhausting. It's really draining.
It's only really exhausting when government doesn't work, right? So there was a time when government worked, when the two-party system was marked with compromise, right? Compromise meaning I didn't get everything I wanted, you didn't get everything you wanted, but we're going to do this and we're going to live to fight another day, right? Mm-hmm. We're going to make the government work, right? And so for a long time, that's the way that government functioned.
Right.
Up right until they gave the black man the presidency, and they was like, we're not going to do it like that way no more. We're not going to do it that way anymore, period. And ever since then, government has been dysfunctional in a way that is unnatural for people that remember it before, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, let me put it like this. when I want to feel good about government, I go back and I watch shows like The West Wing, right? I watch The West Wing because what The West Wing does for me is it reminds me that Republicans and Democrats don't have to agree, but they do have to function in government. And when the government is working its best is when these two opposing views are finding common ground and are advancing the needs of their constituents and of the nation through compromise, right? That ain't happening. And so it makes both parties seem worse than they are, right? It makes government seem to be incompetent. It makes voting seem to be worthless. It makes taxes seem to be, you know, a unnecessary, again, burden on a citizen because I'm paying all these taxes: income tax, sales tax, gas tax, property tax. I'm paying all this, and what am I getting for this with a government that doesn't work? Well, when government works, then it makes it all worth it. But until we get a government and people in the government that will work, and hopefully, you know, when some of these old guys die off, we can get back to that. But I'm not optimistic about it.
So you are a very astute person.
I know a couple things. I know a few things. Just a few.
So if somebody tasked you with fixing the government, gave you the power needed to do so, how would you do that?
Oh man, that's easy. You said one of the things earlier: term limits. You want to know another one? Public financing. You want to hear a third one? Companies cannot donate to political candidates.
Oh, add a fourth one. You can't make policies for companies that you invest in.
Or let's put it around. You cannot actively invest when you are a sitting member of Congress. Like any two of those would change everything.
Oh yeah, true.
Any two of those. Term limits, which I mean, I'm only a fan of it because these old guys don't ever leave, right?
Right. If they did, it wouldn't be a problem. But because that they don't leave, it's like, all right, we shouldn't have to do this, but we're going to do this.
Yeah. You know, pardon me, throw a little bit of ageism in there. 75, you can no longer run. Sorry. But
same with the presidency. You shouldn't be able to be like over 60.
Public financing? I don't know. 60, I don't know.
Okay. 70?
I said 75 because that's, you know, like
if you're able to collect social security, you can't run. Sorry.
Nope, can't say that. You want to know why? Because you got to have someone that is seasoned enough and has lived enough, in theory, to be able to function as the president, right? Like, you need new ideas. You need young presidents, definitely, but you need some old presidents too. Like,
right. No, I get it.
You know what I mean? Like, I ain't talking about 80 old. I ain't talking about like 77 old, but
highly specific.
Hey, well, I mean, dude, at some point, okay, rant incoming. At some point, boomers have to go away. I'm sorry. At some point, you need to go retire and live your life, right? Because boomers not going away, staying in position, is causing so much headache across the board for everyone, not just in government, but in the economy as well. Like, boomers that are getting paid so much money to not do much at all, holding positions that other, you know, slightly less old people in their 40s could be having.
Yeah.
Why do you think the middle class has shrunk? Because there are no positions that make a lot of money because the boomers haven't gone anywhere. Yeah. And I know that's like ageism, but go retire somewhere, please.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing is, you know, they get into these positions that's supposed to pay them $200,000 a year, but yet they're multi-millionaires. You know, And it's not like, oh, well, they just worked really hard and made good investments. It's like, no, they've affected policies that they're, for companies that they're invested in that made made that stuff skyrocket. And like, it just shouldn't be that way.
It's a simple rule. It's a simple rule change for Congress that Congress could do at any time. The fact that they haven't let you know that there's a majority of Congress that is enriching themselves at the expense of taxpayers and at the expense of well-calibrated, well-compromised public policy.
Absolutely.
So there's that. But yeah.
Abso-positively.
Okay. All right. We got to do this quick. So I got some pound cake waiting on me, buddy. I don't. She didn't cook.
We're still talking about the actual cake, right?
Which she didn't. No, she didn't. She didn't cook any pound cake today. I was just wishing,
being a dirty old man,
hoping beyond hope. No, I wasn't thinking about it like that. See, all you young whippersnappers always have all these different names for stuff. That wasn't what I was talking about this time. But I will feel free to use such term in the past now that I have added it to my lexicon.
Now you gotta get a T-shirt with pound cake on it, man.
I will not. No. You know how much explaining I'm gonna have to do for that? Can't be in a room of mixed company, right? All the old people like, ooh, can I have some? And all the young people like, ew, no, not doing it. Not doing
it. That's what makes it funny.
They just ask you for that out in public and expect for you to share? No, not doing that. Not doing it.
That's what makes it hilarious.
Not doing it. Okay. All right. Look, we got to transition this thing. I need to ask you this question, Dominique. Who is the most skilled basketball player in the NBA? And who's the most skilled offensive player, scorer in the history of the NBA?
In the history of the NBA?
Don't even start with the history. Who's the most skilled player in the NBA right now?
Skilled for me would have to be Kyrie Irving.
Huh. Really?
Yes. So funny when he does that.
Really? Okay. Now, would Kyrie Irving be more skilled if he were 7 foot tall?
Absolutely.
Explain, please.
I mean, the man already has the ball on a string. Like, he does stuff with the ball that's borderline dark magic. Honestly, in my lifetime, he's been the best person with the handle, as well as being able to come through a lane and be able to just, I don't know, it's odd. Like, he has this innate ability for scoring that's just, to me, slightly unmatched. And if he was 7 foot tall,
I didn't say would he be more effective. I said, would he be more skilled?
No, only because that's not inherently true. Maybe in a different multiverse he is that way.
The reason why I'm asking is because there is a thought in some communities that increased height increases skill, right? Here's the question. If Kyrie Irving was 7 foot tall, would he be more skilled than he is now? If he had the same physical abilities and skill set, but he was just 7 feet tall, would he be more skilled than he is at 6'1.5", 6'2"?
Actually, no, he'd probably be less skilled.
But here's the thing. If he is more skilled at 7 foot, what you're saying is that height determines or is determinant of skill. And I am of an age range and of an opinion that height does not determine skill.
True. Does not.
Right? Skill is just that, right? It's a learned attribute, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I say that because I have arguments on a monthly basis, right? I pick arguments because I have a certain subset of friends that believe that Kevin Durant is the most skilled basketball player of all time. He's the most skilled scorer of all time. And What and the reasoning for that and for that conclusion is because he can do everything a guard can do at 7 foot.
Yeah, no, I'd have to disagree with that. And I can see why they would say that, but ever since the emergence of Victor Wembanyama, I'd have to give it to him.
Well, here's the question, because this is a part of my bear poking, right? If Kevin Durant is the most skilled basketball player, or most skilled scorer that ever lived, or the most skilled basketball player in the NBA at 7 foot, well, what about Chet Holmgren? What about Lauri Markkanen? What about Dirk Nowitzki? What about Victor Wembanyama? If they have similar skills, but they're taller and having additional height increases said skill, then anyone taller than Kevin Durant that could kind of do the stuff that he does. Thank you.
Well, but here's my reason for, saying that Victor Wembanyama is more skilled than Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, even in his early days, from what I can remember, didn't play. Like, he didn't come through the lane dunking and playing more of low post a little bit more than Victor's playing more low post, and he's doing more down low than what Kevin Durant has done in quite some time. Kevin Durant from 15 foot now, absolutely. Like, okay, cool. But Victor's using his full range. Like
Victor's bag is deep.
It's super deep.
Yes. And it includes stuff that Kevin Durant has not ever been able to do.
Like Victor Wembanyama, like let's say in a couple years, he's going to be what you would hope Giannis would have bloomed into. Giannis is great for down low. He does not have a 15-foot out game.
No.
But Victor has all of it. He can get you from the three-quarter court to the basket.
Just because he only has to take one dribble.
Well, okay, that's an advantage to his height. But also, he's learned how to use his height and not be awkward either.
Yeah.
So he's limber. I think we talked about it. He's limber. He can move.
He's limber. He's fluid. He is smooth. He is definitely very highly skilled for a man that is that tall. Doesn't mean he's the most skilled player that I've ever seen or that has ever existed in the NBA. Just means that he's very skilled, and his height does not determine whether or not he is that skilled. It just means that a guy that's 7'5" has the same kind of skill as, say, maybe a Kyrie Irving, which is impressive. Doesn't make him more skilled, though.
Yeah, and for me, like I said, my first answer would be Kyrie. It's because I've seen him do the same thing, even at being, what is he, 6'3", 6'4"? He's like my height.
He's 6'2". He's not 6'4".
Well, he's my height.
Yeah.
At 6'2", he's my height. And the NBA makes him look short, but he's not short compared to everybody else. I mean, compared to everybody else in the NBA, he's smaller. And he still just finds a way to get to the basket. He has command over the ball in such a way that when he does get to the rim, he can lay it off the backboard he can finish however he needs to in order to get that ball in there. And to me, that is straight skill. You spent time, you put effort into honing that skill.
Oh yeah. I very much appreciate the skill set that Kyrie Irving has. It's definitely one of the more unique ones, right? Like there's a long history of ball handlers in the NBA that we could rattle off, and talk about it. But it's been proven, it's been shown that Kyrie Irving, if he's not the top ball handler, if he doesn't have the best dribbles of all time, right, the best handle of all time, he's like number 2. Yeah. At the very least, number 3. I mean, you can make an argument for, say, Isaiah Thomas, right? You make an argument for Isaiah Thomas. You make an argument. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say Tim Hardaway. I wouldn't. There are a lot of people that had handles, but Kyrie is way up there. He's way up there. He's way up there. Highly skilled individual. He's crazy. Bat crap crazy, but highly skilled.
You gotta give it to him. It's like I get what you're saying, but Kyrie, I just need you to focus on basketball, please.
Yeah, don't talk to me about anything but basketball. I don't need to I don't need to hear anything about how flat the Earth is. I don't need to hear anything about. Do you hear? Okay, pivoting. Hear your boy AJ Brown the other day was like, "Yeah, I think the Earth is flat." We didn't win the game, but we won the war. Got your boy on tape saying the Earth is flat.
Like, for anybody, like, I don't tolerate stupidity. So for anybody that says the Earth is flat, I'm sorry. You are so horribly mistaken. The first thing as to why I say the Earth is not flat, we have a horizon. That's number one.
Yeah, but you see the lens that they use to record the horizon as we look at it from Earth, from out a telescope, it's really a refractory upside down lens. What that does is it makes the flat Earth look round.
Then why haven't you? Where's the edge of the Earth then, please?
Over there.
It's like, you know what? Keep walking, and when you come back to the same spot, I'm just gonna be sitting here like, so how was your trip?
If the Earth is flat, where's the edge? How do you go? You go around the world. You don't. The Earth's not round. Okay, where do you fall off? You don't. You just flip over like a page and come back to the other side. What?
Like the other thing.
Okay, then you hear yourself?
Then explain to me why, when you fly from like New York to Germany, you fly near Greenland instead of straight across. Like, it's so many things. It's like, come on, guys.
Listen, people in this world are committed to all manner of stupidity and idiotic positions.
Like, even Neil deGrasse Tyson, here's one of his examples. If the Earth was flat, we wouldn't have a solar eclipse.
Why
Can't.
Why you say that?
Because if it was a disk, it's only visible that way in one position. Because it's a sphere, it's visible in all those positions.
Again,
so it doesn't.
That's logic.
Yeah,
speaking. So that's informed scholarship speaking.
Oh, God.
Right? the Earth is flat, and I'm Batman. There you go.
Right.
I'm Batman.
I'm Elon Musk.
I
lost $40 billion in my Twitter acquisition.
Before we run out of time, I do want to say congratulations on your win. Your Eagles beat my Cowboys in an amazing game.
We will take that, but not willingly, because we started to implode and almost handed you guys the game. Well, we marched you down the field with 2 penalties. Basically, it was like, hey, you know what? We were thinking about winning this game, but you know what? You win it. But then Dak turned around and was like, nah, man, you win it.
It's cool, man. That was not Dak's fault. Y'all love piling on Dak.
He touched out of bounds like an idiot.
It's not
on a 2-point conversion.
First of all,
and then the tight end, dude. If you're gonna kneel inside the goal, not outside the goal.
You're trying to make me upset. Okay. Okay. First of all, why would you have those freaking Nike Dunks as your freaking cleats that are freaking too wide? That your foot is out of bounds on the 2-point conversion. That's number one. Number two, why, as a tight end on a play that you have to make it into the end zone, do you not cross the threshold of the end zone before you make your turn into your route? That's number two. Number three, and most importantly of all, why the freak does Mike McCarthy think this is Madden? 4th and 8. 4th and 8. You might as well have kicked the field goal so that you would have more time to try this again. I've never understood that. I think it's an unwritten rule of the NFL. You don't kick the field goal unless you absolutely have to. So if it were me, I'd have kicked the field goal early with 4 minutes left, and it would have given my defense at least 2 opportunities before the 2-minute warning to stop these guys, and then a whole nother opportunity after to stop these guys. And then I would have come back, and all I would have needed to do is a freaking touchdown, and I would have had 2 minutes to do it with, or 3 minutes to do it with, not 46 seconds.
And then we fumbled the ball and was like, oh, here you guys go. Here you go, take this. And it's like, Oh god,
y'all were so unserious in the last 4 minutes of that game.
Oh god, like
so
it was
completely unserious.
They managed the game so well, and it was like, oh, this is good. Okay, we're good. All right, yeah. And then it was like, wait, are we imploding? No, this is not good. Stop, please stop.
Look. Your team was like, they're not gonna convert anyway, so it doesn't matter. That's what it was. Like, they're not gonna convert, so we're not gonna be worried. We got penalties going down the first. Okay,
we had the same number of penalties, both 8 for relatively the same amount of yards.
Referees, nobody came to see you. Nobody came to see you. Nobody knows your name. Nobody cares that you're really on the field. Stop making the game about you. Either call the game consistently or freaking disappear off of the side of the flat earth. But we did not come to see you. We did not come to see you. So stop messing up the game.
That was epic. I was just like, it was so weird because it's like, as an Eagles fan, it's like, wait, are we imploding? Is this what this feels like?
Exactly. And it's so crazy. The fix was in, but the refs they couldn't even figure out who the fix was in for. So first they throwing penalties against us, then they throwing penalties against y'all, and then they throwing penalties against everyone, and then they don't call anything. I'm like, yo,
everybody gets a penalty. Wait, we can't do that. Shut
up. Everybody gets a penalty, and then we no longer have penalty flags to throw.
My gosh, that was so epic.
I'm equal opportunity. There was a hold on the left side of Dallas Cowboys line when Dak threw that freaking out the CD Lamb. It was a hold. It was a hold right in the face of the ref, and the ref looked at it and he said, "Nope, not right now." I'm like, "Yo, are you serious?"
Yeah, there's a couple calls that were missed by us too. And I was just like, "Oh, come on, all right, I guess whatever." I mean, I can't hit a button to say, "Hey, review that."
Nobody came to see you, Otis. Nobody came to see you, Otis. Nobody.
Yeah, but it was a good game. It was a very good game. Came down to the wire, which
shouldn't have been that close.
Well, but the funny thing is, like, let's say in a perfect world, well, not even perfect world, in a different world. It's a nice show, isn't it? Yeah, it was a nice show. But let's say Dak actually converted on that 2-point conversion. They could at least kick the field goal in order to toss in the overtime.
Mm-hmm.
But then also, if I don't remember the guy's name, but if he would have scored, the tight end would have scored and crossed the threshold, it wouldn't have won the game, but it would have been, because I think we could have just kicked a field goal.
You had two timeouts, and you have the best field goal kicker in all of football that can hit from, if I'm correct, 58.
Yeah, but also, if both of those things happen for the Dallas Cowboys, absolute win. I'd have been like, but yeah, I was, and honestly, I didn't even see him step out at first, and then they showed it from the top down. I was like, ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah,
that has to hurt. But yeah, so that was interesting. Another interesting thing was, I'm so confused by the in-season tournament rules and court.
Nobody knows what that crap is. First of all, let's talk about the courts, because nobody knows what the in-season tournament is.
I thought, I forget which game I was looking at, but the color scheme looked like they were playing possibly in Las Vegas. Like the Aces just won and they just redid the court. Like, I was like, oh, okay, that's Vegas Aces court. That's what's up. And I'm just like, wait, that looks weird.
Dominique, I clicked onto the game because I was like, in-season tournament. Yeah, I'm going to watch this. This is going to be something new. It's going to be something good. I looked at the court and said, click. First of all, I'm too old to be looking at
all those colors.
This court's going to give me freaking a seizure, man. God, dog.
Yeah, it was too much. I just couldn't. I was like, but then also, like I said, I forget the format of how it's happening. I didn't realize it was like a couple games throughout the season is going to be blah, blah, blah. And it was like, okay, this is more complicated than the draft. I don't get it. Like,
so my understanding is they got group play one night out of the week, 1 or 2 nights out of the week for like 3 weeks.
But do they change the whole court just for that game?
Yes. So every NBA team has an in-season tournament court that they play on. That's physical court. Yeah, that's different than the regular courts.
That's a waste of money.
And all them joints is ugly. All of them. All of them.
Like, it would be something if those were the courts that they just naturally played on. All right, cool. Like if it was a like the what anniversary is coming up? Not whatever NBA anniversary. Like if they just changed the court for the season for like that, all right, cool, whatever. But
it was very poorly conceived by someone in marketing that said, well, if we change the colors of the courts, then we can change the colors of the jerseys and sell more alternate jerseys. Please, nobody's buying those stupid,
nobody buys alternate jerseys. Yeah, like the city edition.
No. Some of the city edition joints be dope.
I guess, but
not all of them.
How many do you have though?
Not all of them. Well, okay. First of all, I'm not that well off, so I can't be spending $100 on a freaking city edition jersey or any NBA jersey at this moment. I got Sam one for freaking Christmas. I was like $120 for a Steph Curry jersey.
But see, that's the thing. Most fans, when they go to like the jerseys that I have, are super old. But that's because I'm not spending $100 for. I will pay for a good jersey once.
Amen.
And then depending on like they come out with a super fire jersey, like it has to be like super dope.
They got some that are super dope. Trust me. I'm telling you. They got something super dope. But I mean, poor conceived the courts. I mean, I get it. You want the courts to be special, but somebody should have looked at every court and been like, yay or nay. And if somebody already actually did that, they need to get fired. But
somebody had to sign off on it.
Somebody signed off on it, and in-season tournament, 1 or 2 games for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then they have an actual in-season tournament, which is you get ranked by your record in your group play, and then put kind of like the NCAA's, bam, 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 right? Where the top, actually, I don't even think it's all of them. I think it's just like the top 16 teams, I want to say. And then they're in an NCAA style tournament for the in-season tournament. And if you win it, you win like $500,000 per person on your team, which is great. But Tyrese Halliburton had an idea. He was like, why don't the winners of the in-season tournament get guaranteed a playoff spot? I was
makes sense.
That's dope. You want to know why?
That makes sense.
That would make the in-season tournament mean a whole lot more. It would make the first part of the season mean a whole lot more too.
That one, yeah, you're right.
They'd be dope as crap, yo. They'd be dope. And I read somebody else say, why don't we have during the playoffs? Why don't we have a NCAA style tournament to see who gets the first pick?
Yeah.
Right. Of the teams that don't make the playoffs, now everyone's in an NCAA style tournament, right?
Yeah, I'm with that.
Points for and against.
I'm with
whoever wins. That's how you get the first pick.
I'm with that.
I was like, yo, that'd be dope too. That'd be dope as crap.
But then also, what was it? It was played around with that they should get rid of the East versus West and just do like a straight 16 team rank.
Nah, I don't like that.
Why not?
I don't like that because I'm a traditionalist in some aspects, and East versus West is just it is what it is.
The West is too stacked,
so get better teams in the East.
Well, hopefully soon that should be happening when the expansion happens. So.
Yeah. But I mean, I think if they change those two things, it would create some chaos. But I think it would be well worth it. Because can you imagine? Oh my God! So like the 40 days of basketball that they have at the beginning of the playoffs, right? Can you imagine if they had 60 days of basketball instead of 40 days of basketball, right? Like if you had the NBA playoffs and the draft tournament at the end of the year, right? You would be able to dominate like May and June with coverage. There's nothing else on then anyway, but you'd be able to dominate it. It would be dope as crap, yo. I would want to watch it, especially to see those guys, one and done. Like you lose and you're out. Things change.
So, as a traditionalist, are you still for the best 4 out of 7 games, or should we shorten it to like 3 out of 5? Because honestly, even as a fan, watching these games like sometimes go 4 out of 7, especially grueling games, you're just like, man, and you're just a fan. Imagine what it's like being a player to go best 4 out of 7 with somebody. So it's exhausting.
The truth of the matter is, best 4 out of 7 means 90% of the time, 95% of the time, the best team wins. Like, you're not going 7 games, you're not going best 4 out of 7, and the worst team wins 95%. No, the best team wins 95% of the time.
Right.
Best 3 out of 5? Oh my God. It's easily like 70-30. Right? Yeah. Like, and again, I'm not saying that the NCAA tournament is the end all be all for excitement, but when you want to bring eyes to the screen, uncertainty kind of helps that. I mean, you need to have a behemoth, a juggernaut that brings people's eyes, like, like LeBron was, or like Golden State was, or seemingly like Denver is, like this guy that is so big and so good and are champions now, repeating that. You want to see them again. But the uncertainty around like 3 out of 7, or 3 out of 5, like would be nuts, right? I remember living through 3 out of 5, and there are a bunch of 3 out of 5 series that the lower seed won the series because they came out hotter, faster, and the better team just had to live with it.
But I mean, and I would never say like, do single elimination tournament, because that's, especially in NBA.
That would work.
Yeah. But I mean, 3 out of 5, man, that'd be,
dude,
that'd be great.
There's so much riding on that first game in 3 out of 5. I mean, I remember some of it's a different energy, man. It's a different energy.
It brings almost the college-like energy. The March Madness energy.
Yeah, and it's like, you think to yourself, well, I can't take a game off, right? Because you can't. And you got to be on it. And if you lose a game, you got to come back even stronger. You can't, I mean, home field advantage is good and all, but it's still not 7. It's just different. It's completely different.
Yeah.
And I think the league, I understand why they went 4 to 7, but I think the league was better when it was 3 or 5, right, in the first round, right? And consequently, it's the reason why they have the freaking play-in tournament now, right? Because it's so, you got to win. If you don't win, you got to play again. All that good stuff, man. Just have 3 out of 5 and be done with it.
Yeah, call it a day. Let's get some energy back in the NBA. But I think that in the NBA, in the NBA, we're watching. You've lived through Michael Jordan leaving, Tracy McGrady, Kevin Garnett, all the greats from the 2000s and whatnot leave, and now we're getting to a point where LeBron, who came in the 2003, 2004, he's getting ready, not necessarily leave like tomorrow, but he's fading out. Like Steph Curry, same deal. Like all the people that we've known for the last 20 years. 20 or 30 years in some cases. Like
people don't understand. When LeBron retires and when Steph retires, it's gonna be a massive hole, and the NBA is frantically trying to find who's going to take the lead in the NBA as the face of the NBA going forward. They thought they had Ja Morant, but this dude can't stop playing with freaking strippers and guns. They thought Jason Tatum was going to be the guy, but he's not that outgoing. He ain't winning like you would expect. Giannis is kind of the guy, but he ain't American and he don't do American stuff, so you really can't market him like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's so wide open. I can't even think of any other names that could be the face of the league that are superstars in that way.
Yeah, right? No, not at all.
Joker can't be the face of the league because he doesn't care about. Basketball is his job.
The NBA is a side job.
Yes, it's also basketball is his job. It's not his life. It's not his love. He doesn't care about being a superstar. And in the off season, he's not going to do anything but drink and play with his horses. So that's not going to work. So who's going to be the face of the NBA? They're frantically looking for someone, trying to crown someone, and they have no idea Who? It can't even be Kevin. It can't even be freaking Kevin Durant because not
Too
only
old.
because he's old, but he don't like being the face in the NBA. He would never be the face of the NBA.
He hates accountability and criticism. So
yeah, he does. Yeah,
I mean, I would never crown anybody the face of the NBA when they have burner accounts. Just to
stop. They all have burner accounts, man. What are you talking about? They all have burner accounts. He is just more sensitive.
He's the only one that just got caught. Okay, let's put it that way.
Well, I mean, when you're
like, how hard is it to be a celebrity and have a burner account? Like, I don't think it's that difficult.
Clearly, it's harder than we think. We look at them, we go, you're intelligent. You have to be intelligent in some respects to do what you do the way that you do it. But then we see them screwing up their burner account posts, and it's like, but you're stupid too. You're the smartest, dumb person I know.
You're the smartest, dumb guy I've ever met in my life.
You know what I mean?
Because it's a burner account. Like, dude, there's still rules to it, but whatever. But I don't know who it is. And then like the prospects that come out of college were like, so they're so average. I mean, it's because the NBA is so skilled now. It's like, okay, well, hey, you need like Victor.
Victor could be the face of the NBA. Only problem with that is, how long you think Victor's going to play?
Well, judging by his height, probably 10, 11 years.
7. I'm giving him 7. Giving him 7 years. Hold on. Let's see.
Is that due to injury or?
Yep.
I can see that.
Let's see. How long did Yao Ming play? If he played...
Yao Ming was as fluid.
No, I'm just talking about for height's sake. I am wrong. Yao Ming played 13 years?
I mean,
no,
KD
he did
is
not.
Doing
he
pretty
was
decent
first
right
overall.
now.
Yao Ming played 9 years. KD has also had freaking surgery on his knee twice. Surgery on his knee and surgery on his Achilles.
That's
right.
Fair.
And we have no idea whether or not, he played for 9 years. Yao Ming played for 9 years. 9. Right. So, okay, I'll give him 9 years.
In this NBA, with the contracts that you get, 9 years is plenty.
9 years it's way more than plenty. And he live in Texas too. He ain't got no California or taxes to be hit with. Oh my God.
Well, I did hear that they do pay a certain amount of taxes in each state that they play in. It's called like the jock tax or whatever.
Yes, they did that. It's a Michael Jordan created tax. It was stupid in origin. You should look up the history of it some. You go, really? Y'all really hated Michael Jordan, that y'all really wanted him and then didn't get him and then hated him so much that you created a jock tax? That's rich. But yes, they do. But they also have to pay taxes in their home state, right?
Yeah.
And so, not having to pay California tax as your home state, dude.
Yeah.
Tax in California. I saw somebody's game check the other day.
You talking about that football player?
Bruh.
Okay, so I have 2 reactions to that. The first one is, oh, must be nice. I mean, okay. Yeah, you get paid $400,000. He's like, yeah, I get paid $400,000. Look how much they're taking tax. They're taking out 53%. I'm like, oh, so that means what? You're making 200 something thousand? Oh, okay.
Okay. No. Pay stuff. I think you're missing in all of this is right. Because I agree. I agree with you by and large on that. But you got to remember that what you see he's getting paid, that's not including stuff like agent and management fees, lawyers and accountants. Like, yo, so the most sobering thing I had ever heard was when I heard someone break down how millionaire jocks with millionaire salaries only see about $300,000 of their millionaire salary. Right?
Yeah.
Especially if you live in California. You live in California, you're 50% off the top, 50% off the dome, right? So you're going from $1 million to $500,000. Easy. And then you got to pay your agent and your management fee. Whoever's managing you, whatever your agent, and then you've got an accountant or whatever. So $1 million in California, getting paid $1 million, is like getting $350,000 or $400,000.
True. Now I have heard that, and
is rough.
Yeah, which is interesting because it's like now that Giannis has that $62 million contract. Let's say not necessarily apply like 50%, but like out of that $62 million, he'll see what 35, maybe 40.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is.
I still don't feel bad for him, but that's crazy.
I mean, dude. And I mean, I am all for taxes. But I think somebody said this on Twitter the other day. Athletes are the only millionaires that get taxed like everybody else. They're the only millionaires that get taxed like everybody else. And I was like, Dad, that kind of sucks. Knowing that
unless you have some, billionaire friends that are like, hey man, you need to do this with your money, you need to do that, you need to do this. Or what was that player that said OBJ, when he got signed with the Rams, he was like, taking my check in Bitcoin. It's like, and then it tanked, and it was like,
and he paid taxes before he took his check in Bitcoin too. So it ain't like he took a check in Bitcoin and he avoided taxes. No, he paid taxes and then lost money. Like, come on, man, you got to be smarter than that.
Like, you know what I mean? Everybody was like, yeah, I'm gonna just get paid in Bitcoin. It's like, okay.
I think Bomani Jones calls it funny money. Yep, that's what you get. Funny money. Not banked by the FDIC. Come on, man. You're the smartest dumb person I know.
Hey, man.
Or the dumbest smart person I know. Smart. I don't know which one it was. I can't remember.
Well, I mean, technically, when you say it in either way, they're two different things.
It's just backhanded compliment either way. Yeah. I know. Backhanded compliment either way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Alas. Oh, man.
Yep. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And please make sure you interact with us in the comment section. And look for us on all social medias at Fear the Hive 1155. Just want to thank you again to my co-host, Steven. And I'm Dom. And we will see you guys next week.
Don't forget to like and follow. Like Bomani Jones says, give us 5 stars. If you give us 4 stars, we're inclined to believe that you are a hater.
We'll see you guys next week. Or in the comments, ask for the pound cake recipe.
And I will not give it to you.
All right, well, that works.
I may direct you to like Bumble or something. I don't know. I have no idea what that is. I heard it on some show.